Welcome back, everybody. We're diving into a real-life learning journey today, exploring how a young learner named Joshua has turned his experiences into stories and how that's shaped his education.
Yeah, Joshua is my son, and he's 7 years old.
Wow.
It's incredible to see how his adventurous spirit has fueled his learning, especially through his Yeshua the Adventurer book series that he's creating. That's
Joshua.
a variant spelling of Joshua.
Oh, cool.
Um,
I like it.
yeah, and
So
his books.
it sounds like they cover a lot.
Yeah,
The Hunt for Wild Adventure, a physics tour, the postcard game mystery, even a story Christmas.
yeah.
How does this creative burst start?
Well, we've always believed in hands-on learning for him, so every family trip becomes a learning adventure.
Right.
And those experiences form the basis of his stories.
That's so cool.
For example, our trip to Japantown in San Francisco inspired one of his first YouTube videos.
Oh, I saw that one. Yeah, he narrates the whole trip from the Golden Gate Bridge to Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Even describes the Japanese snacks he tried. And his excitement about finding Pokemon cards was contagious.
It really was.
Yeah.
I was excited for him.
Yeah, it was really fascinating to see how he just wove those observations into his writing.
Right.
He even picked up on some cultural nuances that I hadn't noticed myself.
Really?
You know,
That's cool.
it just goes to show how powerful immersive experiences can be for a child's development.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's learning to observe and process information like a little anthropologist.
Yeah.
Speaking of immersive experiences, you also took him to the Redwood National and State Parks.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how awe-inspiring those ancient giants must have been for him.
Well, he was initially a bit nervous about the gondola ride at Trees of Mystery.
Oh, yeah.
Heights aren't his favorite thing,
Right.
but he faced his fear
Good for him.
and even talked about it in one of his videos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a valuable lesson in courage and resilience.
It's remarkable how those real-life experiences seem to be shaping the themes of his stories.
Yeah, definitely. It's a powerful connection between lived experience and creative expression.
Exactly.
Yeah,
The redwoods themselves were a powerful lesson, too.
I bet.
Their sheer size, the unique ecosystem, the history,
Right.
it all made a big impression on him.
Yeah.
He was fascinated by the fact that some of those trees were alive when the Roman Empire was still around.
Oh, wow. That puts things into perspective.
Yeah,
That's a history lesson that sticks with you.
totally.
So he's absorbing these experiences, processing them, and then channeling them into his writing.
Yeah,
It sounds like he's developed a very unique learning cycle.
absolutely. It's been amazing to watch. And it's not just about observation and storytelling.
Wow.
He's also learning practical skills.
I like it.
You know, he even started a project called Yeshua's Treasure Map,
All right.
a fictional story that leads to real hidden treasures across the U.S.
Hold on. So he created a real-world treasure hunt
He did,
based on his book.
based on his book.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
He's combining storytelling, problem-solving, and real-world exploration.
He is.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's definitely been an adventure both for him and for us as his parents.
I bet.
We even helped him launch a GoFund adventure video to support the project.
Mhm.
So he's learning about crowdfunding and
Yeah.
the importance of community support for creative endeavors.
That's a fantastic way to introduce him to entrepreneurship and the value of community engagement.
Totally.
And of course, we can't forget his passion for Pokemon.
Yeah.
His YouTube channel is a treasure trove of Pokemon card content.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that passion has become another avenue for learning.
Right.
He's constantly analyzing cards, researching their history and value, even spotting fakes.
I saw that Mystic Rips video where he compares real and fake cards.
Oh, yeah.
He's learning to pay attention to detail, understand scarcity,
Uh-huh.
even recognize counterfeits. Those are valuable skills in any context.
They are.
And you know what I really like about it is, like, even though he's learning all these valuable skills,
Yeah.
it's all very much driven by something that he's clearly very passionate about.
Totally.
And he's just having fun,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
And he sells some of his cards on TCG Player.
Oh, wow. So he's running his own little business.
He is. He's learning about online marketplaces,
Mhm.
supply and demand, and the art of negotiation.
He's got a natural entrepreneurial spirit,
Yeah.
it sounds like.
He does.
But it's not just Pokemon cards and treasure maps.
Right.
He's also using Minecraft as a learning tool.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I was skeptical at first, but I've seen how much he's learning through the game.
It's amazing what kids can learn through games when given the opportunity.
Right.
You know, he's building structures, problem solving, managing resources,
Uh-huh.
even learning about different materials and their properties.
Yeah.
He once built a super bunker and explain the reasoning behind each material he used.
That's impressive.
It was really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just taking those problem-solving skills and applying them across different platforms, from Legos to Minecraft. He's constantly building and creating, and that's so crucial for his development.
Absolutely. And it highlights the importance of play in learning.
Right.
Play isn't just about having fun.
Right.
It's about exploration, experimentation, and figuring things out.
It's about turning the world into a giant classroom.
Exactly.
And the best part is that Joshua isn't just keeping all this knowledge to himself.
Right.
He's sharing it with the world through his YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
He's reading his books, demonstrating archery techniques, and engaging with his audience.
Yeah.
He's learning valuable communication and media literacy skills.
Absolutely.
Which are so important today.
Incredibly important.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm incredibly proud of him for putting himself out there. He's not just a consumer of information.
Right.
He's a creator and a sharer.
It's inspiring to see a young learner embrace that role with such enthusiasm.
Yeah.
So how do you encourage this kind of adventurous learning?
Well, I think it starts with fostering curiosity. We encourage him to ask questions and explore new places and take the lead in his learning.
Yeah.
We try to provide the resources and support he needs, but ultimately he's the captain of his own learning ship.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Thanks.
And the results clearly speak for themselves.
Yeah.
So what about his formal education?
Right.
How does this hands-on learning tie into his schooling?
That's where things get really interesting.
Oh.
We found that these real-world adventures actually reinforce his classroom learning.
Okay.
He's able to make connections that he might not have made otherwise.
So it's like a symbiotic relationship between the two.
Totally.
The adventures bring the textbook to life, and
Yeah.
the textbook provides context for the adventures.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take reading, for instance.
Okay.
He was a bit reluctant to read at first, but once he started writing his own stories,
Right.
it became a necessity.
He needed to in order to.
He had to.
Yeah.
Now he devours books because he understands the power of words and how they can transport you to different worlds.
It's amazing how those real-world connections can spark a passion for learning.
Absolutely.
And it's not just reading you mentioned. He's also applying math concepts through his Pokemon card business.
Absolutely. He used to see math as this abstract concept.
Right.
But when he started selling his Pokemon cards,
Yeah.
calculating profits and losses, it all clicked.
Uh-huh.
Suddenly, math wasn't just numbers on a page, it was about real-world transactions.
It's like he discovered the practical magic of math
Totally.
and his writing. I imagine that's where his grammar and spelling lessons come into play.
You got it. He wants his stories to be the best they can be, so he pays attention to those details.
Right.
He's got his own built-in editor.
It all goes back to the power of intrinsic motivation.
It does.
When learning is driven by passion, by a desire to explore and create, it becomes an adventure in itself.
Totally.
This has been incredibly insightful.
Oh, good.
I'm already feeling inspired to approach learning with a little more adventure myself.
Awesome.
Joshua's journey is a testament to the power of experiential learning
It is.
and the magic that happens when we combine passion, curiosity, and a willingness to explore. But we've only just scratched the surface of this fascinating topic.
All right.
We'll be right back to continue our deep dive into Joshua's world and uncover even more valuable insights for learners of all ages.
Awesome.
We're back and ready to delve deeper into the fascinating world of Joshua and his adventurous approach to learning.
Yeah.
It's easy to dismiss this as just kids being kids, but there's some serious educational psychology at play here, right?
Absolutely. Joshua's journey exemplifies what educational theorists have emphasized for years.
Okay.
Learning is most effective when it's active, engaging, and personally meaningful. He's not just memorizing facts, he's applying them, experiencing them, and making them his own.
So it's about creating those aha moments where the learning clicks because it's connected to something real and exciting.
Precisely. It's about tapping into intrinsic motivation, where the desire to learn comes from within.
Right.
Fueled by passion and curiosity.
Right.
And this applies not just to children, but to learners of all ages.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
So even adults can benefit from this approach.
absolutely.
You're telling me I should fire up Minecraft to boost my career?
Well, think of it this way.
Okay.
We all learn best when we're genuinely interested,
Right.
when we can connect new information to our existing knowledge and experiences.
Right.
Just like Joshua's passion for adventure and Pokemon become gateways to deeper learning,
Yeah.
we can all identify those entry points that spark our curiosity.
It's like finding the key that unlocks the door to a whole new world of knowledge. And I think Joshua's Redwood Forest experience highlights this beautifully.
Yeah.
standing beneath those ancient giants, breathing in that fresh air.
Right.
It's a history lesson you wouldn't soon forget.
You're absolutely right. There's a power in immersive experiences that transcends rote memorization. It becomes embodied knowledge, something you feel in your bones.
And it's clear that Joshua's learning goes beyond just absorbing information.
Yeah.
He's actively applying it, creating something new, whether it's writing his books, building in Minecraft,
Right.
or even running his Pokemon card business. There's an element of creation that solidifies his understanding.
Absolutely. That creative output is key.
Yeah.
It's not enough to passively consume information.
Right.
We need to engage with it, manipulate it, and transform it into something new.
Right.
That process of creation is where true understanding takes root.
So how can we apply this to our own lives?
Right.
I mean, I'm not about to start a treasure hunt across the country, although the idea is tempting.
Well, maybe a treasure hunt isn't for everyone.
Right.
But the principle remains the same.
Okay.
Identify your passions, your curiosities, and find ways to explore them actively.
Oh.
What sparks your interest?
Ooh.
What gets you excited to learn?
That's a dangerous question.
I know, right?
My interests range from astrophysics to baking the perfect sourdough loaf.
I love it.
But I see your point.
Yeah.
Those passions could be my gateways to deeper learning, just like Joshua's adventures are for him.
Exactly. Imagine turning your kitchen into a culinary laboratory or taking an astronomy course that allows you to observe the stars firsthand.
Right.
It's about finding those hands-on experiences that make learning come alive.
I love the emphasis on sharing that Joshua embodies.
Yeah.
He's not just hoarding knowledge. He's sharing it through his books and videos. He's becoming a teacher.
Right.
An inspiration to other young learners.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not ready to launch my own YouTube channel just yet,
Sure.
I appreciate the value of sharing what you learn.
Absolutely. You don't need a YouTube channel to be a teacher.
Right.
Sharing can be as simple as having a conversation with a friend writing a blog post or mentoring someone in a skill you've mastered.
Yeah.
It's about contributing to a community of knowledge and inspiring others to learn and grow.
But I think you're onto something here. It's about shifting our mindset from passive consumption to active engagement. From seeing learning as a chore to embracing it as an adventure.
Exactly. It's about rediscovering that childlike sense of wonder and approaching the world with a thirst for knowledge and a willingness to explore.
Even though Joshua is so young, he's already demonstrating a key element of lifelong learning, adaptability.
Yes.
He's constantly trying new things, embracing challenges, and pivoting when something isn't working. It's like he's building mental agility, preparing himself for whatever life throws his way.
And that's a crucial skill in today's rapidly changing world.
Right.
The ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn is more important than ever.
Right.
It's about embracing a growth mindset and believing that our potential for learning is limitless.
It's like he's building a mental toolkit, equipping himself with the skills and mindset needed to navigate an ever-evolving world. So what's next for Joshua? What new adventures are on the horizon for this intrepid explorer?
He's always got something cooking.
I bet.
He recently discovered a fascination with the history of Pokemon cards, digging into old guides, researching the evolution of the game, and even trying to track down some vintage cards.
So now he's a historian in the making.
Totally.
I bet he'll be unearthing valuable first edition Charizards before we know it.
Well, maybe not that extreme, but I love that he's not just playing the game.
Right.
He's exploring its origins, its cultural impact, the stories behind the cards. It's another layer of learning, going beyond the surface and digging deeper.
It's like he's turned his passion into a multidimensional learning experience, and it highlights the fact that learning isn't linear.
Right.
It's a web of interconnected interests, a tapestry woven from experiences, passions, and interactions with the world.
Precisely. It's a reminder that learning shouldn't be confined to neat boxes or predetermined paths.
Right.
It can be as diverse and dynamic as the individual learner.
This is making me seriously rethink my approach to learning. I'm inspired to trade my to-do list for a treasure map and embrace a little more adventure. Joshua's story is a powerful reminder that learning doesn't have to be a chore. It can be joyful, exciting, and deeply personal. We'll be right back to continue our deep dive into Joshua's world and explore how his experiences can inspire our own learning journeys. We're back for the final leg of our journey into the world of young Joshua and his extraordinary approach to learning.
Yeah.
A journey that, as we've seen, offers incredible insights for learners of all ages.
Totally.
Honestly, this whole conversation has been like a giant permission slip to ditch the mundane, Embrace curiosity and turn life into a giant learning playground.
I love that analogy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a permission slip to be a lifelong learner fueled by passion and a thirst for discovery, and Joshua is the perfect guide for this journey.
absolutely. He's a master at transforming everyday experiences into learning opportunities.
Yeah.
He's not just passively absorbing information. He's out there experiencing the world and then reflecting on those experiences through his writing, his videos, his games. He's a living testament to the power of experiential learning.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the grand adventures either.
Yep.
It's about recognizing those teachable moments that exist in the everyday.
So even a trip to the grocery store can become an expedition into the world of economics and nutrition?
Exactly. It's about asking questions, making observations, and connecting the dots. Learning is woven into the fabric of our lives.
Right.
We just need to be open to seeing it.
It's about shifting our perspective, seeing the world through the lens of curiosity. It's about cultivating that beginner's mind, approaching everything with a sense of wonder and a willingness to learn.
Beautifully put.
Thank you.
It's about rekindling that innate thirst for knowledge that we all possess as children and carrying it with us throughout our lives.
Yeah, this conversation has been a real eye-opener for me. I'm feeling inspired to approach learning with more gusto,
Yeah.
more adventure. Joshua's story is a powerful reminder that learning doesn't have to be a chore.
Yeah,
You can be fun, exciting, and deeply personal.
it really can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up our deep dive, I want to challenge you, dear listener, to think about your own learning journey. What are you curious about? What sparks your passion? What adventures are waiting to be unearthed?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The world is a vast and wondrous classroom, brimming with opportunities for discovery. So go forth, fellow learners,
Yes.
and embrace the joy of learning. And if you're looking for a little inspiration, be sure to check out Joshua's YouTube channel and his Yeshua the Adventurer book series.
Great idea.
We'll include links in the episode description.
Awesome.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep that spark of curiosity burning bright.
Happy learning, everyone.